Hi, everyone. We're going to get started. Sorry. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. All right, we're going to get started. I'm just going to read a statement. You keep talking, I'm just going to read a statement. Statement of compliance with the Sunshine Law. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, and adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required by law. Specifically, the annual notice was emailed to the West Essex Tribune and the Star Ledger on January 2nd, 2024. The agenda and resolutions for the meeting are available on www.livingstonnj.org. Certain portions of this meeting may be closed to the public for the purpose of personnel and/or other matters as outlined in the Sunshine Law. Decisions made and/or discussed in closed session will be known to the public at a later time. Notice to the members of the governing body and township staff, any use of electronic devices during the meeting shall be used solely for the purposes of township business, and any communications are subject to the Open Public Records Act. To the extent possible, this evening's Township of Livingston Council meeting will be live streamed via Facebook at www.facebook.com/Livingston Township NJ. Questions or comments will be accepted by emailing livcomments@livingstonnj.org by 4 p.m. on the day of the meeting. Each speaker should follow the rules of order in Livingston Code 2-15. Roll call, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilmember Buctani.
Here.
Vieira.
Present.
Klein.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt.
Here.
Mayor Anthony.
Here. If we could all stand for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, next on the agenda is the Essex County updates. Is Eileen Fishman here? Not seeing her. All right. We'll move on to proclamations and presentations. Nice night in Livingston. Promotions are always fun and great for the town. Where's Gary here? I didn't see Gary yet.
Chief is here.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Gary. I didn't get to say hi before. I'll say hi when you come up. All right. Chief, you want to take it away? Tonight we're promoting sergeants.
Right.
What's that?
Yeah, so Mayor.
Wait 1 second. We have our Assemblywoman Rosie Pagoli is here, I think. Oh, there you are. The sign. I'm all discombobulated. Okay. Thank you. Did you? Oh, fantastic. Okay, great. All right.
Mayor, before the
Yes.
chief starts, I just wanted to just briefly remind both the council and for the benefit of the public to let everyone know the township and the police department, the PBA in particular, which is the collective bargaining unit for patrol officers and sergeants. The way the contract is set up, we agreed upon a promotional procedure. A written exam for sergeant eligible candidates were allowed to take a written examination, which was then used to narrow the field down to the top 15. The top 15 then advanced to the interview and second phase of the process. Based on that, we develop a list and a ranked list. Off the current list, we in 2022 promoted now retired Sergeant Greg Drux, and then last year promoted Angelo Vella to sergeant. And then, as I think you're all aware, late last year and early this year, we had a flurry of retirements, starting with the two captains, which then led to lieutenants being promoted to captain, which opened lieutenants' vacancies, as well as a lieutenant retirement, plus a sergeant retirement, all of which led to a significant number of vacancies. So we went back to the list, and so what we're at now is we, in the last 2 months, promoted 6 individuals, 6 patrol officers to sergeant in the order they were on the list. So the first was then now Sergeant Kevin Mullaney, then now Sergeant Michael Spano, now Sergeant Paul Lenzi, then David Cordero, Joseph Fosco, and Carl McNamara. We invited all of the most recently 6 promoted sergeants who have been promoted and sworn in, but we always love to do a ceremonial event and invite families and stuff. It's a really nice moment. So they were all invited to attend tonight, and with that, I'll turn it over to the chief to give his introductions as he always does.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Barry.
Thank you, Manager. Appreciate that introduction. My name is Gary Marshutz. I'm the police chief here in Livingston. I want to welcome you to Livingston, and thank you for being here tonight for our ceremonial swearing-in presentation. Before I do, I want to just mention that we do have the fire department here. First aid squad's here for us as well. We have our assemblywoman is here with us too, so we have a lot of VIPs in the room, so we appreciate their support. Also, too, before I forget, I just want to mention that usually we do National Night Out in Livingston. We've actually changed that date, so I just want, before I forget to mention it later on in the presentation, I just want the residents to know that everybody's invited, but we are now calling it the Livingston Community Block Party, and it's going to be on Sunday, September 29th. There's multiple reasons why we changed it, and we decided to do our own thing for this event, but the number one reason is that we're competing with a lot of the resources that are popular, the popular resources, horses, helicopters, dogs, things that everybody wants to see, especially the kids. Well, if you have your event on National Night Out, you're competing with so many other police departments that are all trying to grab those resources. So if we have our own event, we think that we can make it, just like we always do in Livingston, we think we can make it bigger and better if we move it to September 29th. So we hope everybody comes. I just want to reiterate, I think I'm repeating a little bit of what the manager said. Over the last 7 months, we've been rebuilding the police department because of attrition. We've replaced 2 captains, 2 lieutenants, 2 sergeants, and 4 patrol officers. The officers are leaving in good standings, with most of them receiving job offers they couldn't refuse. We have recent retirees that are working in global security, school security, security for the Jewish Community Foundation, and public administration. We also have a few that are pursuing hobbies, relaxing, and just spending time with their families, like Captain Drum in the back corner over there. We hired 11 officers over the last 7 months. 6 of them are transfers from other departments, and we currently have 5 that are in the police academy. We do plan on bringing our 6 new officers to a swearing-in ceremony, probably in September. We're going to ask if the council would invite us back, and we're going to swear in our new officers. But we had 2 captains, 4 lieutenants. We swore them in, and tonight's all about our sergeants. And again, we're rebuilding the department from the top down. So our 6 transfers, we're going to come back in September if they're nice enough to have us back. The officers from many levels contribute to the process of recruiting top candidates. With, of course, Mr. Lewis having the final say. We work hard to hire hardworking and compassionate officers who we think are going to be a good fit here in Livingston. During the process of rebuilding, our officers have done an excellent job of maintaining their efficiency and effectiveness. And I would like to quickly highlight some of their recent accomplishments. For just a minute, I'd like to just talk about their accomplishments and what the officers are doing while we're upstairs trying to rebuild the police department with the manager. Can I just go into a couple stats real quick? I know, hold on one second. So crime is always on everybody's mind right now with what's going on in the world. So I just want to bring it home real quick. In Livingston, we have some stats that I want to share with you. They're positive stats, and I wanted to do it while the officers were here. And I know I'm kind of like shifting a little bit. This night's all about our new sergeants, but I thought it was important to share these stats while the officers were here because they deserve the credit for it, and also the council as well, and I'll get into that. But you know, this is going to be easier if I actually put my glasses on. So just give me a second. I'm trying to read this without my glasses on. All right, so residential burglaries in this year to date. Now, when I say this year, I mean to date, right? So the stats from last year, 2023, I'm going to compare them to the stats from 2023, and that is for the entire year. So we're tracking, right? We're talking about tracking these stats. So right now, attempted residential burglaries. This is attempted burglaries to a house. This year, we're tracking 5. In 2023, we had 27 total. Residential burglaries where the homeowners were home at the time. In 2024, we're tracking 2, and last year we had 16 total for the year. Burglaries, we're going to get to the car thefts because I know that's part of it too, but I wanted to go into the burglaries. Burglaries where nobody was home. This year we're tracking 6, and last year we had 22 total. And then burglaries into residents where they were targeting automobiles. This year we're tracking 2. Last year we had 9. Motor vehicle burglaries, that's a break into a motor vehicle. This year we're tracking 11. For the total for last year was 43. And this is the interesting one. Stolen motor vehicles. Again, I know I'm kind of sidetracking the swearing-in ceremony, but I wanted to share this with the officers while they were here. Stolen motor vehicles. That was a huge problem in Livingston. So this year, right now, we're tracking 4 stolen motor vehicles. And last year, in 2023, we ended the year with 35 stolen motor vehicles. So last year, total, 35. This year, 4. Does anybody want to guess out of the 4, how many of them had the key fob in the car? Anybody? Raise your hand. Justin, that's right. The answer to that is 4, all 4. Last year, 25 of them had the key fobs in them, and we had a total of 35 that were stolen. Now, the 10 that didn't have the key fob, that, there could have been a few in there that still had the key fob, and we just couldn't prove it. This is a stat that every police chief likes to hear. Eluding. Eluding is a term that we use for pursuing a stolen vehicle, any kind of a pursuit. It's always kind of a double-edged sword for us. We want to catch the bad guy, but we also don't want to endanger the public. So we don't like to see a lot of pursuits. So this year, we've pursued 12 vehicles for this year, 2024, we're tracking. And in 2023, we had 55 motor vehicle pursuits in Livingston. So that's a very encouraging stat for us. The burglaries, the home burglaries, what we're seeing is a little shift now. We're still, obviously, we want these numbers to be 0, right? Every time a house is broken into, these are our customers, but they're also our friends. And every time a home gets broken into, we feel it internally, and we take it personal. So we would like to see these numbers at 0s. But what we have seen is a shift from inner city urban youths that were stealing motor vehicles. Now we're seeing a little bit of shift to some Central American gangs that are breaking into houses for jewelry and cash and traditional burglary type of target. I want to get into the ALPRs real quick, and this is where I'm going to thank the council a couple times, maybe 10 times I might thank the council tonight for this. So our camera system, we have cameras up and running. I think I publicly can say that we have about 16 cameras. They were purchased with the help of the council. Also, we're going to get a few more because Mikey Sherrill was able to find us some federal grant money, so we're going to add to this too. But we have about 16 operating cameras right now. So we did a little math, and we looked at what the stat was for the last 30 days on these cameras. So basically, these cameras now we've kind of created a dome over Livingston with entrance and egress into the township. So these cameras, this is just the last 30 days. The cameras scanned 2.8 million vehicles in the last 30 days. They have a total of hits. Now, I'm going to explain a hit a little bit I don't want to waste too much time, but I'll try to explain what a hit is. We had nearly 60,000 hits. Now, a hit could be anything from wanted person, stolen car, it could be motor vehicle related, it could be suspended license, it could be anything. So it's searching databases for motor vehicle records, crime records, wanted records. So those hits are somewhere around 60,000 in the last 60, and some of them are false. Some of them turn out to be false, right? So the officers have to, assume, they have to investigate, but, they have to verify, so to speak. In the last 30 days, 830 hits in the NCIC. That's the National Crime Information Center. So an NCIC hit is a little bit more serious. That's a wanted person or a stolen vehicle. That's the National Crime Information Center. 830 hits. So to give you an example, so people say, well, crime is down statewide, and I believe that it is down statewide. So I just want to give you a quick comparison. Year-to-date statewide, total stolen motor vehicles. Now, they do track as they're going. So when I give you the 2023 stat, so it was the same time last year, New Jersey had 8,815 cars stolen by this time of the year. This year, 7,787. So on average, that's 38 stolen cars per day this year versus 44 stolen cars per day last year. They're down 12% statewide. Okay, here in Livingston, I didn't do the math, but I can comfortably say that we're down about 85% on stolen cars from last year. So we are definitely, there's something to this. The officer's doing a great job. The council investing in us. The council has been investing in us with technology, equipment, training, and of course the patrol officers. Without all that training and equipment, we wouldn't be where we are now if it wasn't for the hard work of the patrol officers, so I can't thank them enough. And when I say technology, too, we received a box today. When we received a grant for body-worn cameras, we didn't have enough to outfit our auxiliaries. So with the money that the council has just provided us, we received a box in the mail today, so now we have body-worn cameras for all of our auxiliaries that are going to be deployed in the next week or so. So we appreciate that as well. Now, on top of all that, I'm done with the stats for now. I'll stay if you want me to. If you want me to talk about more about the stats.
With these, you could come in every week, Gary.
On top of rebuilding the department, and also those exciting stats that I just shared with you, we also ran a junior police academy, held multiple community meetings, participated in Memorial Day celebrations, and Sergeant Vela was the keynote speaker, right? Partnered in a successful Summerfest, multiple school traffic-related meetings, law enforcement, helped to train and orient our new officers to Livingston, hosted tours in our headquarters, managed weekly protests at the town hall, and helped with the 4th of July celebration on top of all of our calls for service. So that's it. I just wanted to give you that update, but we're in a good place, and I hope it stays that way. So.
Tremendous job, Gary. Thank you. Thank you, Chief. Thank you to all of LPD here tonight, the men and women here. Thank you so much for protecting and serving us. I know there's still work to do, right, Chief? But tremendous. Rebuilding it, and some of those stats where the state is down maybe 12%, but we're 85% down. That's a reflection of and a testament to your leadership and everyone here in this room, and who's not here, who's on the force as well. So thank you so much.
All right, now to get back to the swearing in here. So from the time that I was promoted to chief, Mr. Lewis and I never stopped talking about succession. We've always shared the primary goal of making sure that Livingston would be in good hands. Hold on a second. For years to come. Tonight we are going to swear in some dedicated and hardworking individuals who will help lead this department as consummate professionals. The promotional process is difficult and competitive, which requires the participants to invest a significant amount of time away from their families. I am proud of all the officers who work so hard in the interest of Livingston, not just the ones that are receiving the promotions tonight. I would be remiss if I did not thank retired Captain Smith and Captain Drum for their contributions to this process. This was the last promotional process that the two captains were involved in. We make recommendations to the manager, and the manager actually executes the promotions, and the decision is ultimately his. But the two captains gave so much to Livingston during their time as captains, and their assistance in creating this process is greatly appreciated. And now we're going to start calling up the promotees pretty soon, but unfortunately, I wanted to mention this because this is true for more than one of our new sergeants tonight. Unfortunately, some of our new sergeants recently lost family members that they wish were here physically, but I would argue that they are here tonight, and they're very proud of you, and they're always with you. So let's start the swearing-in ceremony. Do you want me to call them up and then read the bio, or read the bio once they're up here? Hold on. All right. Michael Spano. Come up first. Let me read the bio, and then bring your family up. And then who's going to do the oath? Well, he's got his family come up, somebody's going to hold the Bible. So let me read his bio real quick. We do that first? I can't remember. Do the Bible. All right. Yeah, we've only done this like 20 times, so. Okay, Sergeant Michael Spano graduated from William Patterson University with a bachelor's degree in physical education. Sergeant Spano originally taught physical education in the City of Patterson School District before deciding to pursue a career in law enforcement like his father, John Spano, who was a sergeant in the Patterson Police Department. Sergeant Spano graduated from the Passaic County Police Academy Class 1341 in July of 2013. And after working for the Clifton Police Department, he was hired by the Township of Livingston in January of 2016. Throughout his career, Sergeant Spano has worked in both the Patrol Division and Detective Division before being promoted to Sergeant in May of 2024. Sergeant Spano is currently assigned to the Patrol Division as a shift supervisor. Sergeant Spano would like to thank his family and his children, Michael and Dean, for the years of love and support. And go ahead, Michael, call him up here. Let's first. If you don't come up, then we got to come back to the next council meeting. No? All right. It's okay. I'm shy too. All right. So, unfortunately, Michael's father passed away recently. So tonight, Larry Spagnola is a retired chief from the City of Patterson. Police Department is going to pin him tonight, and we are going to go ahead and swear in. Who's going to hold the Bible tonight, Michael? Okay. Ready? Oh, there you are, man.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds right. All right.
I need my glasses. I, Michael Spano,
I, Michael Spano,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of sergeant
perform all the duties of sergeant
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Pin him. Oh. Gonna pin him? Thank you.
They're brand new, so they're a little stiff.
It's an honor.
Look good, Mike. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Well, family shot? Yeah, yeah. We'll do, okay. Stay. We're going to do a family shot right now, and then at the end, at the very, very end, we're going to have everybody come back in and take one photo with all the new sergeants. But for now, quick family photo. Right? Yeah. And at the end, we'll have everybody take one quick photo with all the new sergeants.
I'm not going to push it.
All right, hold on, Michael, I need you. Don't go anywhere. Oh, you're going there? Oh, okay. All right, I'm with you. All right, I have it. Yeah, this is Plan B. All right, Michael, come back up for 1 second. All right. Stay for 1 second. Yeah. So it's an honor for us to have Assemblywoman Rosie Begoli here tonight with us. So I'm going to give the microphone to her, and she wants to honor her local officers, and we're going to take it. So we appreciate that.
I want to also thank the council for giving me the time, and the mayor and deputy mayor for always welcoming me when I come to council and giving me a bit of voice and stealing a little bit of the show, so I really appreciate that. But I thought it was really important when I found out that our sergeants were being promoted tonight, that the state of New Jersey recognized their work and effort that they do every day on behalf of the citizens of Livingston. So on behalf of the state of New Jersey, we have a citation for you. And they all say the same thing, so I'm going to read it once. Commendations and praises are extended to you on behalf of the state of New Jersey's General Assembly by the citizenry of the 27th New Jersey Legislative District through their elected representative, me, for your dedication and outstanding commitment to the Livingston Police Department, resulting in your promotion to the rank of sergeant. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Take a photo with it. Rosie, take a photo? Okay.
Sure. You want me to hold it out?
Oh, there you go. There you go. Now you're getting it, Michael. Pay attention back there, you guys. All right. At the end, we just want to do one more photo with everybody at the end. But now you can stay up here if you want. But all right. Next, Sergeant Paul Lindsay. I'm going to read your bio first, and then we'll call up your family. Okay. So I was very happy to find out that Sergeant Lindsay's vacation plans changed. Originally, he wasn't going to be here with us tonight. At the last second, his vacation plans changed, and he was able to come. So I'm very happy to have him here with us. So Sergeant Lindsay served his country in the United States Navy from 1992 to 1994. Serving in both the Persian Gulf and Somalia. After service, he graduated from the Middlesex County College with an associate's degree in criminal justice. Sergeant Lindsay graduated from the Somerset County Police Academy, class 2299, in June of 1999, and prior to being hired by the Township of Livingston in September of 2001, he worked for both the Middlesex County Sheriff's Department and the Dunellen Police Department. Sergeant Lindsay has held positions in the Patrol Division, training, and was assigned to the Traffic Division before being promoted to Sergeant in May of 2024. Sergeant Lindsay has been an academy instructor at the Somerset and Essex County Police Academies. Sergeant Lindsay is currently assigned to the Patrol Division as a shift supervisor. Sergeant Lindsay would like to thank his family, wife Yvette, and his children, Balin, Cody, Bryce, Justin, and numerous grandchildren for the years of love and support. Did I get that right? I got it right? All right, get them up here. Let's go. Who's going to hold the Bible? Somebody, Yvette? Well,
Okay. One pin, one hold.
okay.
Thank you.
I, Paul Lindsay,
I, Paul Lindsay,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
and that I will bear true faith
You didn't tell me that.
No, we'll keep. And that I will bear true faith and allegiance
And that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of sergeant
perform all the duties of sergeant
in the Township of Livingston
in the Township of Livingston
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, do you want to, pin it? Just turn for the photo, so, yeah. Supposed to be, in the photo. Been a while. So, did you want to do a family photo, or is this all that's here? That's all you have? Oh, okay, so you want to do a photo, family photo? Yeah. How am I doing? No. Hold on, Paul. Assemblywoman, you want to just, hold on, wait a second. Yeah. Congratulations, Paul. Proud of you. Proud of you. Next up, Sergeant David Cordero. Come on down. Congratulations. Proud of you. All right. Pass it back on again. All right. Sergeant Cordero graduated from the County College of Morris with an associate's degree in criminal justice. Sergeant Cordero was hired by the Township of Livingston in March of 2012 and graduated from the Essex County Police Academy, Class 1202, in August of 2012. Sergeant Cordero takes great pride in being the first Latino officer hired and promoted to the rank of sergeant by the Township of Livingston. Sergeant Cordero has worked in both the Patrol Division and Detective Division before being promoted to Sergeant in June of 2024. Sergeant Cordero is currently assigned to the Patrol Division as a shift supervisor. Sergeant Cordero would like to thank his family, wife Catherine, and daughters Matilda and Penelope for the years of love and support, and let's get that family up here. Left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. Kathy's going to hold it? Okay.
Aw. I, David Cordero,
I, David Cordero,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of sergeant in the Township of Livingston according to the best of my ability.
perform all the duties of sergeant in the Township of Livingston according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Good job. Family photo time. Family photo. All right, time's up. No, Assemblywoman Begoli.
Here we go, Officer Cordero. But you know what? I am going to say a few words. I don't know if you're aware that I was the first Latina councilwoman elected to the Livingston Town Council. I'm also the first assemblywoman from Livingston, the 27th Legislative District, to be Latina to also be elected. I asked you when you first jumped up, I said, where are you from? He said, I was born here. I wasn't. I was born in Dominican Republic. So for me, it fills me with extreme pride. There's a feeling that you get when you come from another country and you excel in your education or in the career that you want to achieve. I know how proud my parents were the day that I got on the council, and even the day that I joined the assembly. I will never forget the looks on their faces. So every movement that we make, and I commend the township because we're hiring a diverse group of individuals into our township, which makes me immensely proud. But it also fills me with pride to have someone come up the ranks who is of Latino origin and build themselves in our community. So I am profoundly proud as another member of the Latino community to have you here in Livingston and to represent us on the police force. So thank you very much for that. And here you go. I was up with something else when I asked him. Here you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, good. Nope. Here we go. Next is Sergeant Joseph Fosco. Joe and I have been friends a long time. He's been here a very long time serving Livingston, and we're very fortunate to have him. And we're fortunate that he has as much energy now as he did the day I met him 30 years ago, right? Sergeant Fosco graduated from St. Peter's University with a bachelor's degree in computer science and a minor in criminal justice. Sergeant Fosco graduated from the Morris County Police Academy Class 40 in December of 1992. And after working for the Passaic Township Police Department, which doesn't exist anymore, well, they changed their name. He was hired by the Township of Livingston in September of 1995. Throughout his career, Sergeant Fosco has worked in the Patrol Division, Detective Division, Professional Standards Bureau, Records Bureau, and most recently held the position of Traffic Officer before being promoted to Sergeant in June of 2024. Sergeant Fosco is currently assigned to the Patrol Division as a shift supervisor. Sergeant Fosco would like to thank his family, wife Arlene, and mother Margaret for their years of love and support. Come on, get him up here. Let's get him up here. Mayor, we need you again.
I, Joseph Fosco,
I, Joseph Fosco,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state
to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of Sergeant in the Township of Livingston according to the best of my ability.
perform all the duties of Sergeant in the Township of Livingston according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Proud of you.
Thank you, Chief.
Family photo. Family photo. Yeah, I know. If you're not part of the Fosco family, remain seated. Congratulations, Joe.
First, I told your wife she has to tell me where she got that suit. I love it. But on behalf of the state of New Jersey, I congratulate you as well, Sergeant. Here you go. Thank you.
Take a photo. So unfortunately, we can't promote them all, and this list is now expired. It was a 2-year list, but the last person to make it off the list, we're going to call up Sergeant Carl McNamara. Sergeant McNamara graduated from Marist College with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and psychology. Sergeant McNamara graduated from the Bergen County Police Academy, class 111, in December of 2013. And after working with the Clifton Police Department, he was hired by the Township of Livingston in July of 2015. Throughout his career, Sergeant McNamara has worked in both the Patrol Division and Detective Division before being promoted to the rank of Sergeant in June of 2024, and is currently assigned to the Administrative Sergeant's position. Sergeant McNamara would like to thank his family, wife Colleen and children Alexandra and Cameron for their years of love and support. Carl, congratulations, and let's get them up here.
Want to hold it? For a little bit. Yeah, you do great.
I, Carl McNamara,
I, Carl McNamara,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and I bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States and in this state,
to the governments established in this state and in the United States, under the authority of the people.
okay? And I do, no, that's good. Oh, good. You're doing great. I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
perform all the duties of sergeant in the Township of Livingston according to the best of my ability.
perform all the duties of sergeant in the Township of Livingston according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Carl. Great job. You were awesome. Awesome. All right. Great.
That's going to make it harder, Carl. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're proud of you. That's a good work.
Thanks, Chief.
I had a 50-50 chance. The kids all like Captain Mueller. Family photo. All right, stay up here for a second. Assemblywoman, we're ready for you. Congratulations, well done. Yeah, we'll bring it back up. We're going to conclude our ceremony now, but our 5 new promotees, we want them to come forward for a group photo. And I want to thank everybody for coming tonight and for your support. Also, just want to remind everybody, we're going to bring our new hires back in about a month or so. We're going to wait for everybody to get done being on vacation and everything. And then we'll bring in, we have some amazing new hires, and we're looking forward to bringing them to the council meeting as well. And also, we have some new reassignments around the police department as well, new detectives, new traffic officers, and we'll mention that in September when we come back. So thank you very, very much, and thank you for your support. And I just want to get the sergeants back up here. So thank you. In front of you? Yeah. Can I get the 2 captains to come up too? 2 captains, please. Hold on one. Hold on 1 second, Russ. I'm gonna get this. Yeah, that's all right. You show. I want Livingston to know our 2 new captains, so we're going to try to
Thank you. Thank you for coming in tonight. Thank you. Chief, thank you for the update. Congratulations to all. All right, let's see. Next, we have Livingston Youth Leadership. Does someone want to come up and talk about that? It's your microphone. We're all going to be mayors. Wants to speak. You going to speak? Okay. Oh, great, great. Okay. All right, great. You want to, what's that? You want to spread, what do you want to do? Want to spread out a little? Yeah, you got a spot? All right. What happened? All right, Livingston Youth Leadership, which has been around for a few years, but we wanted to give them a platform. These are your potential everything, right? Business leaders, mayors, governors, presidents, everything. But I want to give you the microphone. Tell us a little bit about Livingston Youth Leadership.
Good morning, good evening, councilmen and town members. Thank you so much for having us today. We greatly appreciate the opportunity to speak about our organization. We are the Livingston Youth Leaders and are proud students of Livingston High School. My name is Ahana Agarwal.
And my name is Riel Malhotra. We are the co-presidents. We operate as the youth division of the Global Karma Health and Education Trust Incorporation. This is the rest of our team.
My name is Vedant Tripathi.
And my name is Arif Sakri, and we are the VPs of Operations.
My name is Arif Gadok. My name is Nikhil Tawari. We are both rising juniors, and we are the VPs of Marketing.
My name is Janam Gandhi.
I'm Vaughn Srivastav, and we are the treasurers.
Our mission is to promote philanthropy in youths by advocating selfless service to the community and providing a forum for participation in various nonprofit events and opportunities for youth involvement. The GCAT Youth Division has a deep-rooted history stemming from the dedication of Livingston moms and their children. In April of 2021, at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, we formed the Livingston Youth Leaders to help raise funds to help India combat its severe shortage of oxygen and medical equipment. Our first initiative, a bake sale, successfully raised significant funds for COVID-19 relief efforts. Building on this success, we collaborated with Dr. Sandhya Shah, the president of GCAT, who is here with us tonight, and managed to send oxygen concentrators and BiPAP machines to India. This accomplishment solidified our belief in collective action. Motivated by our success, we are now committed to supporting underserved communities in the US and worldwide. Over the past 4 years, our annual fundraisers have raised over $24,000 for numerous charities. We firmly believe in the impact of helping others, knowing that while it might not change the world, it can certainly change the world for just one person. Now, I would like to hand off the mic to Ria, who is going to talk about our past events.
Hello. So through our annual fundraisers and additional events, we have contributed our profits to many different causes for underprivileged communities and other organizations around the world. In order to raise this money, we involve many small businesses and shelters opportunities to represent themselves. We provided money to different countries such as India for COVID relief in 2021, and we sent respirators and money for HPV vaccines. Following that, we assisted Ukraine with war relief in 2022. Additionally, we supported organizations such as Let's Save Ma, who advocate women to be more aware for breast cancer. We funded free mammograms to assist them in this aim. In the same year, we sent money to Turkey to aid those who were victims of the earthquake. Also, we've done book and coat drives and a Thanksgiving food drive last year. We've also had many ongoing projects such as collecting rehab equipment for disabled and uninsured patients in Trinitas Regional Medical Center. We believe that giving back to our community is vital to supporting those in need. Now I'll hand over to Arav, who will talk about upcoming events.
On September 8th, we plan to organize a fall fiesta fundraiser outside Livingston High School, with all proceeds benefiting 2 local charities. The event will feature a variety of items for sale, including delectable baked goods such as cookies and brownies, and popular Indian cuisine like samosas or mango lassi. We've taken great strides to ensure that we support local businesses by setting up vendors for them to advertise their products. Moreover, we will also offer clothing, jewelry, and gift items. We've also planned a car wash, which will be a great opportunity for members of the community to get their vehicles cleaned while supporting a good cause. To ensure a fun and memorable experience for the attendees, we've also added a series of engaging activities, including a raffle with exciting prizes. These efforts are all aimed at supporting the work of our partner charities, which make significant impacts in our community. Now I'll pass it over to Vedant, who will explain where the proceeds from this event will go.
So the funds from this event are going to be going to support the Livingston Education Foundation and Bridges Outreach. Bridges Outreach is an organization dedicated to helping underprivileged people in New Jersey. Supporting Bridges Outreach means extending a hand to our community's most vulnerable members. These contributions will largely impact the mission of ending homelessness in New Jersey and supporting initiatives to help people in need. The remainder of the funds will go to the Livingston Education Foundation, and we hope that this support will enable the implementation of new innovative programs in our schools. Furthermore, another ongoing event is our rehab equipment drive. We are collecting wheelchairs, walkers, crutches, canes, and more. Additionally, we have several upcoming events on the 2024 calendar, including our Thanksgiving food drive and our winter coat drive. Now I'm going to hand off to Arav, and he's going to share his own experience working with us.
All right, so I wanted to share my experience working with the Livingston Youth Leaders. Through the years that I've been part of this organization, I have felt inspired and encouraged to advocate for those in need in many different communities, as each year came with different problems that we contributed to. This has been nothing but a fulfilling experience and has taught me leadership skills as well as the baking and setup required for our past sales. I'm so glad to be a part of this organization and its ongoing events, helping the community each time.
I would like to share our information through these flyers. Please reach out to us for any questions you may have.
On behalf of the Livingston Youth, I would like to thank all attendees, council members, and Mayor Anthony for taking time out of your busy schedule to listen to us today. We hope the Livingston council members will continue to support us and also spread awareness on behalf of GCAT. Please feel free to tell friends, families, and use social media posts about our GCAT event. Additionally, our event is on September 8th, and we hope everyone here will attend. Thank you.
Thank you so much. As we heard, great work from our youth, and I think I speak on behalf of the council that it makes us feel really good that our international, I mean, look at what you're doing. I mean, it's for health, it's for just charitable work, education, different countries. I mean, you guys should really be commended for what you're doing, and keep it up, and you are giving us we wanted to have you in to build public awareness of what you're doing, and you're giving us some material on how people could get in contact with you, and I think there's email on there and such. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for coming in, and I don't know, Michael, you want to take a photo? Yeah, yeah. Great, thank you so much. Keep up the great work. Such a pleasure hearing what you're doing. Thank you so much. No. Okay, we are now up to the approval of minutes.
So Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes pending corrections of the July 18th, 2024 regular conference meeting minutes.
I'll second
And hold on, I'm not done yet. And the 18th, and July 18th, 2024 closed session meeting.
I'll second that one
Thank you,
too.
Deputy Mayor. Thank you, Councilman Vieira. All in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Any opposed? No? Okay, great.
I'd like to make a motion to open the meeting to public comment on agenda items only.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed? No? Okay. Agenda items only.
Hi, Mr. Mayor. Justin Alford, 56 Amherst Place. Three things. One, with respect to the Essex County updates, I'm not really sure it does anything to have the women from the county come here and read from the website to us what's going on in the county. We ought to be sending our own envoy, the council ought to be sending its own envoy to the Essex County meetings, reverse the lines of control so we can start asserting authority at the county level. Two, with respect to the salary ordinance, we have no idea how much the salaries are being changed. It would be nice to have that before the next meeting. Also, it would be very nice to have a salary org chart so that we know above the line and below the line how much we're paying people in the community to do the work that responsibly needs to be done and how much cash flow is pouring to people who don't live in the community, outside of the community, to do the work. If we're going to be building up our community values, we want to be paying real living wages to people in the community to do the work that responsibly needs to be done. Rather than just throwing numbers out there, it might also be worth it to figure out what a real living wage, what a real living household income is in this community. Be very nice to get that report. I don't know if HR can deliver that prior to the next meeting, but would very much like to know how much money we're spending on our own people and how much money we're spending on people outside of the community. And the change, how much is being changed in each position? How is it going up by how much in each position, or is it a flat rate across the board? It would be nice to know that. Lastly, the ordinance with respect to regulating U-turns. Madonna is a funny one to regulate. Obviously, there are times where there are a lot of traffic where you don't want people doing U-turns, but a lot of times it is just an empty street. And if you're dropping your kids off, it's not easy to keep driving and drive all the way around the block there, or make the turn and do another U-turn. And perhaps we could either eliminate Madonna from that, or perhaps we could put hours on Madonna, because if you're out there by yourself, it seems silly to prevent U-turns on Madonna. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
Great. Thank you, Justin.
I'd like to close the meeting for comments on agenda items only.
Oh, what's that, Barry? Another?
I'll second it.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? No? All right. Where the heck? All right, we're up to the final hearing. Madam Clerk, I think that's been carried to the next time. We're carried. Barry, carried? We're
Motion.
carrying it? Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to carry ordinance 16, 2024.
Okay. To August 26th?
August 26, excuse me.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. We need a roll call on this?
Councilmember Boktani?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Klein?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt?
Yes.
Mayor Anthony? And
Yes.
again, just to reiterate, this will be carried till the August 26th meeting.
Okay.
Yep, and no further notice will be required. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Counselor. All right, we have ordinances for introduction. Want to start with the first one, Carol? Thanks.
Thank you. Ordinance 18-2024, appropriation of $2.75 million for improvements to water utility system. Need a motion to introduce.
Motion to introduce.
Second.
Council, any comments?
Any comments on, at this point? No? Okay.
Councilmember Boktani?
Just one second. So, sorry.
Yes.
Maybe a quick comment here. In the next area, or maybe right now, how about if we explain this a little bit in a more plain English language for folks? What are we doing here with this one and maybe the next two as well? I'm not sure if Barry or Ann, if you can explain that a little bit.
Yeah, and
great.
these
Thank you,
are all
Councilman.
part of the capital budget that was introduced and were discussed at the budget workshop. I'm going to try and pull the ordinance in real quickly. So the first one is, so essentially this is in fulfillment of our capital improvement plan. The first one is for the separate water utility system. It's approving, I'd have to find the actual details. Hold on just a minute. Yeah, well, I was looking for the even more detailed than that from the workshop. But yeah, I mean, the summary is on section 3, which is purpose financing various improvements, replacements, renovations of water utility system, including but not limited to installation or replacement of water mains, renovations and improvements to water production wells, and assessments and renovations and construction of water facilities, including all work and materials necessary. I could probably find a more specific detailed, and that was part of the budget workshop, but that summarizes the nature of the improvements.
Thank you, Barry. So this is related to water.
Yeah, this one.
I'm gonna just jump in to save time a little bit. On the next one is for sewer, and maybe the third one we can explain a little bit more in detail.
Yeah,
when we
the
reach there.
third one are general improvements. It's basically the debt services funded, both the first two, the water and the sewer, are separate self-liquidating utilities that have their own budgets, and out of those budgets, which are largely funded through the fees charged to the customers, those budgets pay for the debt service on those two authorizations. The third one is a general improvement ordinance. That debt service is funded by the current fund, which are paid for by taxes. That amount includes a significant number of roadway improvements, public works equipment, some additional funding for the public works, or that's not the public works garage, that's in the capital budget, but we're waiting to see what the bids come in on that. There are, let me again look real quickly. And within the ordinance, it's on the second page, which is listed as page 40. So there is funding for IT equipment, computers, communications equipment, audiovisual. This includes cameras, server storage, dispatch consoles for the police department, security cameras, wireless network equipment. Also includes funding for design improvements, remediations, reconstruction, renovations to public buildings and facilities included but not limited to firehouse. I think this relates to the roof on one of the firehouses, some other things, community center, bathroom and floor improvements, furnishing and improvements for parks, playgrounds, SYLS facilities. Also includes funding for reconstruction and paving. So almost $3 million of it is for reconstruction and repaving of various streets in the township, curbs, sidewalks, drainage, storage, and stormwater improvements, system improvements, capital vehicle acquisition, we've done a lot of our vehicle acquisition through enterprise, but the larger trucks for the DPW and some of their specialized equipment, backhoes, loaders, et cetera, are not available through enterprise, so we purchased those. And there is also a line item for the reconstruction and paving of Martin Road, which is largely offset by an NJDOT grant.
Thank you, Barry.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you, Barry. So we are on, still the first ordinance. Roll call.
Councilmember Bobtani?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Klein?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt?
Yes.
Mayor Anthony?
Yes. Thank you.
And the public hearing and final hearing will be on Monday, August 26th at 7:30 PM.
Okay, great, thank you. Then 2024? Say that
Ordinance-
right? 2020?
Ordinance 20-2024.
Okay.
Appropriation of $4 million for improvements to the sewer utility system, excuse
I'd
me.
like to make a motion to approve ordinance number 2024 for introduction.
Is there a
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Councilmember Bobtani?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Klein?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt?
Yes.
Mayor Anthony?
Yes.
This also will have its public and final hearing on Monday, August 26th at 7:30 PM.
Okay, thank you. 21-2024?
Ordinance 21-2024, appropriation of $6,045,000 for various improvements. Need a motion to introduce.
Motion introduce.
Second, is there a second?
Second.
All right. Any
Councilmember-
opposed? Okay, no,
Sorry.
no other motions.
Councilmember Bobtani?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Klein?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt?
Yes.
Mayor Anthony?
Yes.
Ordinance 22-2024.
That's for the 26th also.
Yes,
Okay.
sorry. August 26th will be the final and public hearing for, at 7:30 PM as well.
Thank you.
Ordinance 22-2024, amending Chapter 29, regulating U-turns on certain streets along 8 Drive.
Motion introduce.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Any comments on this one?
So just a quick one here. On the motion about the Longacre. So that is, why we're calling out separately Longacre, is there a particular reason?
Well, that's the only addition to this ordinance. All the other streets are already currently in the code.
Thank
So
you.
this is just adding that to the list.
Thank you. And there is an actual issue here, which is trying to address the safety issues around the school.
That's correct.
And
Once
that
they-
is where, exactly.
Yeah, they
So-
changed the pickup procedure at Harrison School. Instead of being done on site, the parents have to park off-site, and they're now all parking on Longacre, and it's a very narrow road, and it's not conducive to U-turns.
Right,
And that was a
so-
recommendation of the police department.
Exactly. And then, and exactly to that point, the partnership, the resident partnership with the police, the town, the council, there was conversation, there was a committee set up, and there is a conversation around it. And of course, Board of Ed, to kind of, make sure we work, the town work as a team. Thank you, Deputy Mayor Meinhardt, for reminding, but exactly is the case, is to really bring all the bodies together and bring the right solutions for the problems that we are facing. The safety of the kids is paramount, of course, and that's this ordinance. Just want to highlight that.
Thank you, Councilman Bobtani. I'd also like to thank Sergeant Carl McNamara, who's here tonight and sworn in for this recommendation and the work that went into adding Longacre to this ordinance.
Yeah, the deputy mayor and I were in the initial meetings on this with Barry and Matt Block when he was working for the town, and we really wanted to try to address the concerns of the residents around Longacre Drive, and I think this is a good step in that direction. And we're going to keep our eyes open and just try to see if there's anything else we need to do. We know that on snow days, for example, it gets even tighter, and if there's ice on the ground, it becomes harder to walk in that area. And we're going to work with the schools and do what we can to make sure that the area is as safe as possible.
So, Mayor, I have a question. Is the council going to get an update on what's going on? Because I know last year the parking around that area was kind of horrible, and I know I started receiving calls in August, and it went throughout the entire year. And I questioned Dr. Block, but will we be getting some sort of answers of what's going on, or if any changes are going to be made over there?
Not yet. So you want me to, I
No,
can
but-
answer that.
Yeah.
So there were a couple of sessions at the Pedestrian Safety Committee. One of our town resident is leading it, Hannah Vieira. And they are working on with, of course, as I mentioned, the Board of Ed, the council, Mayor Anthony and I are representing us. The recommendations are forthcoming, but I think that at this point, all the solutions are being discussed. One of the solution is, the immediate one is exactly what we are seeing right now, is to avoid U-turns, then get into parking, then get into the choking situations in Longacre Drive and the other streets around it.
Thank you, Councilman.
You're
So this is one measure and more
More
to
to
be
come.
recommended
Yep.
as we go.
Yeah, the
Great.
key is, I think, the partnership of all departments and the residents together.
Yes, and again, I called out Sergeant McNamara, but there is other members of the police department that have actively participated in that committee, Board of Ed, as you mentioned, Caton, and everyone else who volunteered their time. Okay. What do we?
Roll call.
Roll call.
Councilmember Boptani?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Klein?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt?
Yes.
Mayor Anthony?
Yes.
And this also will have the public final hearing on Monday night, August 26th at 7:30 PM.
Great, thank you. 23-2024.
Ordinance 23-2024, salary ordinance. Motion to introduce.
Motion introduced.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right. Roll call.
Councilmember Boptani?
Are we saying?
Oh, any
discussion?
comments? Do you want-
Yeah, just
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
one quick comment, sorry, one quick comment. I think if we can add some more information, Barry, on this details, especially on the lines of what is existing and what is the proposal here and so on. Maybe
Yeah.
there are some benchmarks out there that we can.
Yeah,
compare.
sure, and happy to provide additional information. Obviously, we wouldn't do it in the ordinance itself. By law, we have to have an ordinance on the books where salaries are paid within the authorized range. These ranges are developed in conjunction with the Finance Department, payroll personnel, and human resources, who do constantly doing sort of market studies. They have surveys from the League of Municipalities, from other towns. They get other salary ordinances to ensure that we're market competitive. So the ordinance with the ranges, and again, just to be clear, these are ranges as a minimum and a maximum. I had seen there was somebody suggesting these represented raises from one to the next, which they're not. I can also share, and I will get additional information on how many people and what titles they're at, but just as a general rule in response to Mr. Alpert's question, at least since I've been here, the cost of living increases have not exceeded 3%, and they've varied between 2 and 3%, and certainly have been, in virtually every case, below the rate of inflation, but in recognition of the fact that we have a 2% hard tax levy cap. So the sort of across the board, if you will, COLA increases have ranged between 2 and 3%. There are certainly circumstances where different individuals, based on either a promotion, additional responsibilities, getting an additional certification or a license, where there are salary adjustments, but by and large, the across the board COLA increases have ranged between 2 and 3%.
Yeah, I think, thank you, Barry. I think just want to highlight that or stress that these two columns are really minimum and maximum.
Yeah, they're
It's
range.
not from to to. And that's what the ask is, to add the from to.
Right.
Thank you.
And Barry, we would need something else to actually move it to that, right? We were
No,
doing the goalposts here, right? The
Yeah, well,
minimum
so the
and maximum.
goalposts are what are done by the council, and under the council manager form of government, the setting of the actual salaries within those ranges fall on me as the manager.
Mhm. Is that it? Any other remarks? No? Okay. All right, Carol.
Councilmember Boptani?
Yes.
Viera.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt.
Yes.
Mayor Anthony.
Yes.
And this also will have its public final hearing August 26th at 7:30 PM.
Great. Thank you, Carolyn. All right, we're up to the consent agenda for resolutions. All matters listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the governing body so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda as part of the general orders. First one and only one, right?
I'd like to comment on it, so if we have to pull it out, I don't know if it leaves nothing
I don't know
out.
if we do, right?
That's a good one.
Why don't we read them all at once and you could remark that?
As you wish, Mayor.
All
Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, you could read. Thanks, Carol. No, yeah,
Mayor, why don't you read it first, I guess, but,
yeah,
okay, that's fine.
yeah, just read it. It's 24-1. Yeah, just open it up, right?
Resolution 24-195, Bay Shore Recycling Extension. Do we do a motion to approve?
Motion to
Well-
approve. No,
Okay.
second.
I'll second it.
Second.
I would just say that, I don't know, where's Russ? Russ is right here, okay. You were sitting back, I thought you might have gone to the bathroom or something, but I want to thank Russ, because who always works very hard on these things. I think we're very lucky to have Bay Shore. They really allow us to recycle the full range of recyclables. 1 through 7. And I talk to a lot of other, a lot of people here may know that, I care about these issues and I care about the environment. And it's something I think about all the time. And I talk to a lot of other municipal leaders around the state. And there's very few people that have recycling options where they can have a company that we can work with that goes 1 through 7. So I think that when Livingston looks at sort of, how much waste we generate and, what we're doing with that waste, I think we probably do as well as anybody in terms of making sure we try to, even though there are questions about, how effective recycling is overall, I think we do it as effectively as anybody does. So I'm really proud that we're able to extend this, and I think it's great for the town.
Thank you, Councilman. Any other comments, remarks? No? Okay, great. I think you said it all. All right, thanks.
Councilmember Babtani.
Yes.
Viera.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt.
Yes.
Mayor Anthony.
Yes.
And I'd like to open the meeting now to the public portion on any subject.
Second? Second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor? Yes. All right. None opposed.
Good evening. Lee Trackman, 16 Carillon Circle here in Livingston. So I've proudly called Livingston my home for 56 years. I'm here tonight to discuss an issue that I believe is important to all the residents of Livingston, the physical appearance of our community. Specifically, I want to address what I can only describe as the deplorable conditions of the grounds at the heart of our town, the Livingston Town Center retail. I've lived in Town Center now for nearly 12 years. I currently serve as the vice president of our Master Association's board. From the day I moved into the community, we have been frustrated by the neglect of the property and the appearance of the retail area. I understand that the town has recognized these issues over the years and has communicated with the retail owner, the Azarian Group. However, this summer, I have observed a significant decline in the grounds maintenance, and the property has never looked as bad as it does now. While we all understand the business challenges of managing a retail property, including the critical need for retail revenue and the impact of vacancies, Azarian has an obligation to maintain the property's appearance. Unfortunately, the retail area now looks abandoned, which is not even an exaggeration. Weeds are as tall as 3 to 4 feet. The grass hasn't been cut in over a month. These conditions are unacceptable and likely violate basic township codes regarding property maintenance. Livingston lacks a typical downtown area, unlike many other neighboring communities. Town Center was intended to be our downtown, the focal point of our community. Sadly, it has become an eyesore. The residents of Town Center, including myself, have a vested interest in seeing the retail area thrive. I believe the town also has an even greater interest in ensuring that the development fulfills its intended role as the centerpiece of our community. Therefore, I ask the council, what has been done to compel Azarian to address these embarrassing conditions? and what can be done moving forward. I would add our board is ready to assist in any way we can. I thank you for your time and attention to this matter.
Thank you.
So thanks. So if you don't mind, so Lee, thank you for coming. I appreciate you spending the time this evening. We had met a year, I think last year, was it? Last year with Deputy Mayor, yeah, the year before, every year with the Exarian Group. We walked the property step by step with Beth Littman as well from the bid. And I know we've tried through code enforcement to work on certain items. We're really still frustrated where we are today. So now that we have a representative, Barry, of the residential, I guess, HOA, is that the best way I could describe who you represent right now? It maybe would be interesting to have a meeting with the representatives of the HOA, maybe 2 representatives of here of this council, and ask the Exarian Group, of course, to join us as well. And sit down and really have a heart-to-heart talk as to what their thought is of the future of the retail side. We know that the residential side has done very well. We know that it's completely sold out, and with residential prices, we know it's booming. But we also see on a daily basis, all of us who go there, the conditions and the lack of stores at the commercial side. So I think this will be a good time now to coordinate with the HOA group and us as well, to have a meeting with everybody.
I agree, Deputy Mayor. If you could, okay. You have his contact information? Okay.
And we've
I'm
expanded
sure.
uses there, right? Didn't we, in the last year
Yeah, we
or
have,
so?
at their request, we looked at some of the uses that were there to try and give them an opportunity to recruit more tenants. They also, in this, as you spoke, it reminded me, they provided us with a whole list of their plans to make repairs and do all kinds of things, and I think we need to go back to that list and see what kind of progress they made. I know it's been a challenge. Property maintenance has been on them constantly. I was just reviewing correspondence again while you were speaking about the grass cutting. Did that ever get cut? Because the last email I saw, they were in a dispute with their.
Pulled out this evening, it was cut.
Oh.
That's literally been about 6 figures, of course, right? It's like bringing your.
Yeah, they must have known you were coming or something, yeah. Got it.
But that's literally the first I've seen their grounds people in at least probably 5 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, they had sent an email to code enforcement that I got copied on, that they were suggesting they were in a dispute, and that they'd found a different landscape contractor, and now it was gonna get cut. So at least I'm encouraged to hear it finally got cut. But we will continue, and certainly I think the deputy mayor is a good suggestion if you're amenable and willing to meet. Maybe we have an initial meeting to understand your concerns and hot points, but then potentially a mayor, a meeting to include Azarian as well.
And Lee, I haven't seen the clock recently. Is the clock working?
No.
That I don't know.
Okay, because forever it didn't work. I mean, I don't think there's anything more embarrassing for a town than to have the biggest clock in the town showing the wrong time.
The wrong time.
I mean, it's just,
It's
it's atrocious.
Worse are the 4-foot weeds that are.
Yeah.
I could do without
There's lots of problems. I just think the clock you can see from a lot of places, and it just seems like that if that's not right, then everything else, there's a lot of other things that aren't right also.
Mayor, I would volunteer to be on that, one of those people on that committee to meet with the Zarian.
We could, okay, yeah, we'll figure it out. I know I'm going to be as the bid representative too, because I have had meetings there, Lee. And thank you for bringing this to our attention. And Barry, we'll try to get that set up right away, all right? And then we'll figure out who's going to join me. Sure, Michael, I'm glad you're interested in it. Thank you. Any other public comment?
Hey, Mr. Mayor, Justin Alpert, 56 Amherst Place. To Mr. Trackman's point, the problem is that you have these outside institutions that, end up flipping the properties, but the property remains in outside trusts in perpetuity. And we ought to be using tax policy to forcibly depreciate the interests of outside institutions in local real property in favor of affordably reacquiring that property, so the community is always on an intergenerational basis making the decisions locally about how to best use that property. As well, if the rent cash flows are pouring out of the community, it's very difficult to convince someone to open a store in the community if it's just going to benefit an outside institution. It's a tax problem, and it needs to be addressed with our legislature, and it's a good opportunity for this council to establish a forward position. Secondly, could we please have a report on I guess, the past several months, if there have been any two-on-twos and what has been discussed, what two-on-twos are planned going forward. The two-on-twos seem to be an end run around open conversation. I don't know if we've had one or two five-on-fives this year, but is there another five-on-five planned for the fall? And if so, should there? If not, should there be? And when are we going to have that conversation about making the investments in our schools that responsibly and accountably need to be made to support the growth and development here in town? Actually, lastly, one other point. Did the construction on Volker stop?
Barry, did it stop? I haven't been over there and all about it.
It has not, they came to the plan, they were supposed to come to the planning board on 2 different occasions, and they didn't have all their facts and figures. So I think it's temporarily stopped while they're working on an issue with some of the other owners in that area.
All right, we should take care of that because it is not in a situation that it can be on pause where it is. It's an embarrassment.
Thank you.
I know they tried. I know they twice they were scheduled to come to the planning board, and
Correct.
twice they pulled their
They've got postponed,
their evening because there's a discussion going on with something.
Yeah, and I
But-
know they're anxious to get it resolved and get
Yes. Yeah.
back to work.
But getting back to the two-on-twos, just so you should,
two-on-twos,
just so you should know, I actually reached out today to President of the Board of Ed, Pam Charles, so now that we have the new interim superintendent who's been in here since July, so we wanted to give him a month, we're going to, and I just talked to Councilman Klein to have another with the informal two, at least the informal two-on-twos. I don't know about any of the five-on-fives. I'll leave that to the mayor's question.
The plan, Justin, was we had one 5-on-5 for that, before school ended, and we were going to have another one in the fall. So, but leading up to that, we would have another 2-on-2. Not
Is
the
it possible to publicly notice the two-on-twos so people could attend?
The 2-on-2, I don't think that's
Probably
a
not. That's why they're
notice.
called two-on-twos, because we don't, because we have some.
Yeah, there's no quorum or anything like
But I've
that.
been reporting every time there's been one of these two-on-twos, I've been reporting back what we discussed, and I've said many times, and I continue to say, and Councilman Klein, I think will agree with me, he's been on a few of them with me prior to Assemblywoman Begoli, that they're very productive, and the township manager is there as well. And I've reported back on what has been discussed. So, and we do discuss everything that we talk about here, development, growth, and also non-growth as well, which are some of the schools are
But
going
it
through
is
as well.
conducted behind closed doors. It'd be nice to bring that out into the
Yeah,
public.
I bring the comments right to you.
Yeah. I don't think it's behind closed doors, actually. It's not
We're
noticed.
not invited. It's
Yeah.
not noticed.
But we're keeping the lines of communication open, and we do plan on having another 5-on-5. Any other public comment?
Tim Foley, 16 Mount Pleasant Parkway. Sorry for missing the past 2 meetings with the heat and everything. You guys know what I do, so, hopefully I get reduction on my season tickets for the council. So, you know why I'm here. I sent you guys pictures, right, during.
You sent something today, right?
During the, sent it right as I walked into the building. It's getting out of hand now, guys, seriously. These properties behind my mother-in-law's house, they need to be taken care of. The illegal dumping, again, the dumpsters right on top of the property line. I know she lives on the property line of commercial, but those dumpsters, again, if you want, I can go back in Google Earth and show you where the dumpsters were 10 years ago. They don't belong on somebody's property line. And again, that driveway is closed off. It should be open. They closed it off because there was a storm drain that's failed. And I don't know if it's the township's or if it's the property owner's responsibility to get that fixed. But ever since that failed, that driveway's been closed, and now it's overgrown with vegetation and everything else. And the dumpsters are, my mother-in-law gave me a list since last time I was here. Average pickup is between 3:30 and 4:30 in the morning of those dumpsters. Way too early for right next to a residential area. So, and mainly on, I see Tuesdays, Thursdays, and a couple Fridays. So, and there are 3 different companies that pick up dumpsters there, so.
Yeah, those pickups being done by the company that we've contracted, or these are private?
No, these are private.
These are private, that's what I thought.
Yeah, they're private.
Okay,
And,
just wanted to confirm.
you know, and
Right,
it's,
there's still
noise. 6 o'clock in the
I've
morning.
I've given you the names, but again, it's Direct Waste Services, Waste Management, and the big dumpster that we got a little smaller, that we won there, but it's, that company has been there, done that, dump that. So those are
Barry,
the three
what's going
companies.
on with code enforcement over there?
And you know, the dumping, again, I sent you guys pictures, Barry, I don't have your, I didn't send it to you because I don't have your cell. But can you forward those pictures? I mean, it's hideous looking.
Yeah, I was made aware, and I did reach out to Marty. Marty
But
said
that's what I've been hearing for the past
Yeah,
4 months, 5 months. I've been fighting this this long. It's unacceptable now. I'm getting really annoyed with the township, you know? Fines should be starting to come out now because they're not doing anything.
He did confirm violations have been issued, a summons has been issued. He's been unable to reach one property owner that the trash is on. The certified mail came back. Third owner is not connected to the property. Summons, they were sent notice of violation, summons for illegal dumping. Owner of dumpsters sent neighbor a letter asking her to trim overhanging branches. Was that somebody write to your mother asking her to trim branches, or is that a different neighbor? That's a little
The
crazy.
only neighbor that's backing up to those 4 lots is my mother-in-law's house.
All right, Tim, I will follow up and find out if there's a court date set for the summons. It may be something that you or your mother might want to provide some information to the prosecutor.
Absolutely. Anything that you need.
And that's a
We want it
separate
cleaned
issue.
up.
Right, so there's the code enforcement has been against the owner of the property, but that does not, does that also include the time of when the garbage is being picked up?
This is the first I'm hearing, and 3:30
Well, I
to
brought it the
4:30.
last time I was,
He
the
said-
last.
Tim has said that to us before.
The last time I was here, 3 meetings ago, I brought up the timing of the dumpsters. Right. That is all new, but I'm just giving you,
No,
I
that's.
told you the next time I was here, I was gonna,
Hold on,
Give me
you
the
told us
dates and
before that
times,
it was
right.
about the times of the dumpsters. It's not the
Yes.
first time you're saying that to us. We've heard this before.
yes.
Right, yeah, no, and
So,
and I
but
think
now I
it-
have the days and times that
Yeah,
they're
at the
coming.
time, I think I asked you, like, do you have an idea of times and dates so we could have somebody,
Yes, and
the cop or
that's-
somebody sit there and
Yep.
try and monitor it?
And she's
because
been
of-
writing it down ever since the last
All
meeting I
right,
was
yeah,
here,
and
so.
I've made a note of that, and I will incorporate, obviously, we have police here 24/7, so I may lean on the chief to see if he can have somebody basically stake it out during those hours.
Technically, it's
Yeah.
tonight to pick up, according to you. You said Tuesday at 3:30?
In the morning.
In the
3:30,
morning, so
4:30 in the morning.
that would be today, or
Oh,
that
yeah,
would be
tomorrow morning.
tomorrow
Yeah,
morning in a couple hours.
Tuesday, Thursdays are the main days. She has a Friday here a couple times, but majority of it's Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay.
That's
I
6
will,
hours from now.
I've written it down, and again, that's the.
I've done it, I've done it,
Councilman Pierre is volunteering
I've done it
to go
before.
out there
We'll deputize him.
After he picks up his dinner on Route 10. After he picks up dinner on Route 10, on the way back, he's gonna wait around
I've done it
for a
in
while.
2019, so it won't be the first time.
So
I know, okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I just said, so I will, I'm gonna try and enlist the police, because they're here at those hours. Obviously, code enforcement is not here at 3:30 in the morning, to keep an eye out for this, and if they can obviously find somebody doing it, they'll pull them, ticket them, do whatever they gotta do. In the interim, I will check and see if there's a court date, and then I'll reach out to you, and certainly, if you're willing, I'll volunteer your information with the prosecutor. so that
Absolutely.
They're aware, okay.
Yep, absolutely.
Barry, I do have a question, though. What happens for that homeowner, or that landowner that's not, or just ignoring us? What do we end up,
Well, that's another one I need to follow up, where he said the certified mail was returned and whatever.
well,
and,
just even if he just ignores us, what do we do?
Well, that's what I'll need to look into in terms of what our recourse is there. And I also want to look into what our recourse is to go after the dumpster companies themselves. Typically, property maintenance focuses on the property owner. But obviously, if we can't get a property owner, then if we know which dumpster's on that property, maybe we'll see if we can go after the.
Yeah, there's a
the
total of
dumpster
4
company.
dumpsters, those 3 companies. Again, 2 of those dumpsters don't even belong on that piece of property where they're being stored right now. It's actually, Andy's Music Store has 2 of those dumpsters that actually belong on their property, and they're on the neighbor's property because they keep all the dumpsters together. Well, unless they got permission to do that, I'm not sure, but technically, those 2 dumpsters belong on the next neighbor's
They
house.
should be on the property
Which would
that they're serving.
take 2 of those dumpsters
Away from
very
the mother.
away from my mother-in-law's house because the synagogue's parking lot is right there, so.
Okay.
Unfortunately, she's got four commercial properties along her property line on the one side of the house, so.
So, one quick question, Barry. This is just one summons, or how many summonses we have issued?
I'm going to confirm that as well. I just got it from Marty. He said summons has been issued. I don't know if he meant
Yeah, I
plural or
think
not.
it
had
sounds
an
like
S on it. I
more
don't know if
than, it sounds like more than a few
Yeah.
complaints already, and you have listed us.
Yeah.
I haven't received your last email.
I've been here 6 months complaining about it.
I haven't seen your last email. I haven't received it. Maybe it was to some other council members, but I think.
No, it should be on your text
Texted you,
messages.
texted us, okay.
Yeah, I
You
sent that.
texted us, okay, all right.
As I walked into the building.
Okay, so.
And they were taken right before I got here. Yeah.
Yeah, the key is though, for every summons, there'll be a court date if it is not honored properly, right? And there will be that's the repercussion. That's the next step that we have.
Yes.
As a township. And however many number of violations we're talking about, that's what we are issuing. I mean, we want to make sure we are making them
And
responsible.
typically, to the extent they're there, they're considered continuing violations. You issue one summons, there can be a fine for every single day they're there.
Right.
Each day is a new violation.
Correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. I know my time's up, but I just want to reiterate what Mr. Trackman said. I mean, I've known Lee. We grew up together. We went to school together. Absolutely, it's a hideous-looking area. I mean, what was there needed to be taken down because of the age of it, but it's kind of returning back to that. And, you know, again, 4th generation of my family has been in this town, and, you know, it's time to pick it back up again, guys. You know, and clean these commercial properties up. You know, that's one. I'm complaining about another. They're all lack of maintenance. So, all right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Tim. Any other public comment?
Motion to close public comment?
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. What are we up to now? The reports. I know it's only been 11 days since the last one, so it's a quick
Nothing
turnaround.
to report, thank you, Mayor.
What's that in?
Nothing to report for me.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Adam?
Nothing. I'm
All
good.
good, thanks. Barry?
I'm good.
You're good. Russ?
I'm good tonight, thank you, Mayor.
All right. Counselor, anything?
Nothing to report, Mayor.
No, nothing? No? All right.
Nothing
Carolyn?
for me either, thank you.
All right. So we'll start, Caton, I went out of order last time, but
Sure.
I may mix it up next time.
Back
so.
to this order, all right. Yeah, no, I
Don't worry,
think
Mike.
I'm gonna go over a couple of things. First is really an excellent event over the weekend that I attended, National Council of Jewish Women of Essex chapter. What a brilliant way of executing, as well as amazingly noble cause, delivering 1,100 kits to kids who can come shop in their marketplace. What an outstanding concept. So kudos and congratulations to that team. But at the same time, amazing feeling that came out of it, and I was very, very proud of their work. Couple of events that's coming up. August 11th, we have Sanskriti organizing India Fest, and 4 days after, there's a flag hoisting, 6:30 at the town hall, and the India Fest is at the gazebo, 3:30 to 7:30. And one other thing, that's the LACD is organizing a pool party at the Haynes Pool. It's on August 20th. I think it's 4 o'clock, and rain date is August 22nd. So I think some good summer events coming up. Looking forward to that, and happy summer days.
Great. Thank you, Kane. Michael?
Thank you, Mayor.
Did you want me to go?
No, that's
He's like,
okay.
"Oh."
I have a couple. Again, I want to congratulate all of the new sergeants. That's great, and just congratulations to them. And we want to also thank their families because they spend a lot of time in town protecting us. I want to thank our police chief, Gary Marshutz. That was a wonderful report that he gave today. Those numbers were really great, and I think those license plate readers that this council, and especially when it was first brought up by Councilman Klein, maybe 2 years ago or a little bit more than that, really is showing a difference in this town. I'm very happy because I did have a conversation with the police chief during the budget negotiations about body-worn cameras. So, Ann, I don't know whether it's thanking you for finding the money or if it was a grant, but it's wonderful that the auxiliary police now have the body-worn cameras. It really does protect them. This coming Wednesday is the last of our series of concerts. And then following the concerts every Wednesday, I guess for the next 4 weeks, are movies in our at our Oval. So please come out, enjoy the last concert, and then the start of the movies. Kiwanis Golf Outing is August 12th. Those donations and all the proceeds for that will be going to our wonderful volunteer first aid squad. And the last thing is that if anybody has any non-perishable foods or anything, Livingston Neighbors Helping Neighbors is always in need, especially the summer months. There is a 24-hour drop-off basket at the police department. So please, there is definitely a need. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Klein?
I would just echo a couple of the points we've heard already. I think, the number one budget item every year for us is public safety. It's the job that is the most important job that this council carries out. And there's nothing more gutting to us to hear about someone who's had someone break into their house that doesn't feel safe anymore. Certainly as a council person, that's the thing that motivates me to try to figure out, what avenues are available to us to do better. I think that the purchase of the LPRs has been an incredible boon to this community. It's something that when we look back on our careers, it'll probably be one of the things I'm most proud of. Because when you look at the difference between, 12% drop in the state versus, whatever, I think the chief said 85% in some categories. It's an incredible accomplishment by the police department, by the effort of this council and Barry's work. And I just think it's something we can really be proud of. And let's be clear, nothing stays perfect. There's always work you can do, and we're always going to try to work harder. But this is something that we should take a step back and recognize as something that really counts as an accomplishment. I also went with Caton, but I didn't overlap time at the National Council of Jewish Women. What a joyous and wonderful event that is each year. To act as a personal shopper to a disadvantaged kid who gets to run around and pick a shirt and pick pants and pick a jacket, and they just have an absolute ball. And there's 1,000 kids that get back to school clothing and calculators and backpacks, and it is a really special event that they do, and we're lucky to see it happen. And hopefully next year in Livingston. It's really even better when it's in Livingston as far as we're concerned, for sure. And then the third thing is just sort of a challenge to everyone out there. We're going to form a cornhole team, the council, and we're going to take on all comers. There's a new cornhole league that's being started by SYLS, and we're going to workshop
practicing around the clock.
We're going to workshop some team names, and we're going to take on all comers as part of this league. So anyone in the audience who wants to, maybe there's a trib team that might want to come out and face against us. But we think this is going to be an absolute blast in the fall for this new cornhole team, and we think it could be a great new tradition in town. And we hope that there'll be a lot of players and teams that come out and have some fun. Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor?
So the nice thing is that I'm just going to echo a lot of what was said before. I just wanted to call out the police as well, like everybody else has. You can't sit up here and not thank the police and the chief and everybody else for everything that they do every day for this entire community. The one group I'd like to give 30 seconds on was the Livingston Youth Leadership that we heard as well. I thought they did a tremendous job. They are, like I always say when I hear kids like this, I'm really not worried about the world at certain times because we have leaders like that. And I also want to just applaud and give a shout out to their parents, because those parents have taught the kids the two words that are in my heart that I see what they do as well, and that is giving back. They have learned what it's like to give back to those who are less fortunate, and I just want to compliment the parents who have instilled that into them. So thank you, Mayor.
Well said, Deputy Mayor. Yes, a lot of echoing. The Sanskriti, the India Fest is August 11th, and the flag raising is on the 15th, which is Independence Day, which is our tradition. Thank you so much to the parents, like Ed said, for the youth leaders. That was amazing, hearing what they're doing, whether it's local, whether it's for health, whether it's for charity, whether it's international. It's just amazing seeing what our youth, our kids, our young adults are doing. It just always amazes us up here. And I've always stated one of my favorite parts about being up here is that we're here on these Monday nights and we see what everyone's doing. And it really does warm your heart and make you proud to be sitting up here, be proud to be in Livingston. Also, same thing with our police chief. That was a terrific update. We do work hard on that. We do try to, as a council, have their back. They have our back. We're trying to make it as safe as possible in Livingston. We feel like we should do everything we can to help them protect and serve. And like Sean had said, that is our biggest part of the budget. And it's just so nice to hear when the state is at 12% and we're lapping them at 85% in a decrease. That really makes you feel great. And congratulations to the new sergeants and their families for all they do keeping us safe. The next council meeting, we do have a few weeks. It is August 26th. We'll be with our budget and everything else you heard Carolyn mention tonight for second readings. We do have a ribbon cutting coming up for dance extensions. That is on August 11th at noon. That is a Sunday. I don't know how many we do on a Sunday, but that one will be on Sunday. And I do want to say that back-to-school event is really another one that really warms your heart, that I've been to many, many years, going back to when Rodney Freelandhuisen was at that. Shows you have been going for a while there. But thank you so much for our council who go, and thank you for everyone who runs that. That's a really terrific event. All right, we are up to we are going back into regular conference meeting. And and I think we have nothing on closed tonight, right? The closed portion got taken off. This one for attorney-client privilege, affordable housing, that is not that's not on for tonight. So with that, we'll adjourn and go to our conference meeting. Thank you, everyone.
They never adjourn this, right?